little bit of safety talk that's required by the upstairs before we get to the fun stuff like glass windows. But I swear to you, it is clear molten glass. The hotter the glass is, the softer the glass is. It gets into a liquid state. Also, the hotter it is, the more orange it will glow. And a little bubble appears. Now, if you can see that, if you're close enough to see that, it might have looked like magic, but what you saw in front of your very eyes, we call science. Alright, it's called physics. It happens every time. It works every single time we try it. How that happens is least path of resistance. You blow air into the pipe, you trap that pressure. The only way to go is into that hot glass, the bubble pops out. That's what we call our starter bubble. Every piece of blown glass that you see on the stage or in this exhibit was started just like that. A little puff of air, the bubble expands. When we want to stop that bubble from expanding, we just take our thumb off the end to hold the glass. Now it's about the consistency of warm honey when you gather it out of it. F-R-I-T. What that is crushed up colored glass. So we roll across this crushed up colored glass and it sticks to the surface. Now how does that work? Is that hot glass sticks to other hot glass. Heats the glass so that the glass, this strip will stick to the surface. We rolled across these chips and now we have a red mix on top of the gray. The water evaporating, creating a... So the tip of the bubble is always the hottest part of the bubble. We want to cool that tip down and inflate the glass with a jack line. That is not a decoration, that actually has a functional purpose. So each piece of glass has to have a controlled way to break off the blowpipe at the halfway point. Now the jacks that Sophie was using is a steel-bladed shaping tool. It's kind of like a weird pair of tweezers. Now it's like a Swiss Army knife for glass blowers. The blades can be used to carve lines in, shape the side. The back can be used like a paddle, dome, sort of like a Q-tip or a cotton swab. And what we're going to do is stick this to the bottom of the base. It's going to attach instantly, and then we'll break it off from that constriction. Now remember, hot glass sticks to other hot glass. This little bit of clear glass is going to act like glue. And this is one of the more precarious moments in the glass making process. Successful, and this doesn't fall to the floor. We should give Sophie a nice big round of applause. If this does fall to the floor, you should cheer louder because it's funny to watch Pia chase this around in front of a bunch of people we don't know.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you guys ready? So a little drop of cold water causing some little cracks. A light tap across your fingers. There we go. Nicely done. So successfully transferring it onto another rod. Thank you for that applause. We thrive on positive reinforcement up here. So now the next thing Sophie's going to do to finish this shape off is we're going to use a tool called a Sophietta. So blowing into there, you can see that top section starting to expand.
Do that one more time.
Do that one more time. She never wants to get rid of it because it's her favorite thing in the world. So we've inflated that last little bit. Do that again. Rounding it out.
I love it.
You love it? Are you done?
I'm done.
So we have a nice spherical base for all of your floral needs. Nicely done, Sophie. Alright, so when we're done, we can't just set it on the table and let it cool down in front of you, because what it'll do is it'll shatter. Thermal shock. If everything's just right, a light tap.
Got it?
Got it. It breaks off. And now, when we break hot glass, it's sharp. We don't want to cut ourselves in the morning, so we do have high-tech tools up here. An oxygen propane torch will melt all those little edges down, making it nice and soft. I'll set it inside the annealing oven where it will sit for the rest of the day and slow cool overnight. And just like that, folks, let's give Sophie a nice big round of applause. Seattle.
waiting in line at the Space Needle. There's the Como News 4 building. Used to watch that channel a lot when I was a kid. Back when we only had like 4 or 5 channels. Everybody waiting at the top of the Space Needle. Looks like that's the University of Washington over there. That's the little playground down there. It's the Museum of Pop music.
This is like a once in a lifetime chance.
See the Cascade Mountains in the background. There's the city of Seattle. Tiny little park down there. Kind of reminds me of what you see in Central Park. Only, of course, Central Park is massive, way bigger than that. My feet right down there. A bunch of trees and streets and buildings. If you're afraid of heights, you probably wouldn't want to stand here. Got little glass benches you can sit on. Another view of the city. It's not right here. Down there's a big old, it's like maybe a Carnival cruise ship or something. It's the Olympic Mountains. There's a ferry coming in, probably from Bremerton. Years ago when I came here, they actually had like a rail and then netting out there to prevent people from jumping off. It's like they replaced it all with really thick glass. This is inside the observation deck. These are the doors that you go in and out of. People can sit to have a glass of wine.
The northwest. If you look straight ahead, you can see Bainbridge Island, and behind that would be the Olympic Mountain Range, which is on the Washington State Peninsula. As we descend, you can see the Seattle Center campus, which is where the 1962 World's Fair happened, of which we were built for. Directly below us will be Chihuly Garden Glass next door. As we reach the Space gift shop, restrooms will be to your left.
Thank you for joining me today at Chihuly Glass Gardens and the Space Needle. And I hope that you come back to join me on another adventure of Big A.